Hey everybody. So, I finally got to the range and got to shoot my HK. Not as good as people made it cracked up to be. I mean, it is the LEM trigger, so it's a little different. Now, there's almost no resistance, or very little, till you get to the wall, and then a little bit. It's an interesting trigger. It's going to take some shooting to get actually used to it. I put 200 rounds through this at the range yesterday. It ran flawless. It's an HK, obviously. I think I've gotten spoiled by owning multiple CZs at this point. I was shooting this about, I don't know, 6 or 8 inches low, which was odd. Could have been me, could have just been getting used to the trigger. I was shooting a couple other guns at the range too, my Scorpion. Not the best, certainly not the best I've shot. Probably just gonna take some getting used to the trigger. It points real well. And like I said, it ran flawless. Can't be happier than that, you know. I have noticed after wearing this for a week, this texture on the grip is like freaking sandpaper rubbing up against your side when you got it holstered. That's probably why when I bought this, it had Talon grips on it, just to reduce that freaking texture a little bit. Kind of crazy that you would put Talon grips to cover, but I've seen stranger. I did notice the trigger actually has a little bit of flex in the polymer trigger itself, which is kind of odd, but whatever. I was doing some investigating and I saw Bruce Gray Guns actually will do a whole complete trigger upgrade for this, but it's not cheap. And there's one other guy out there that does them, and they do have aftermarket flat face triggers for these, which I may investigate. I haven't felt the need to like really tinker too much with my CZs at all, but this one's definitely gonna need some tweaking. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. It feels great in the hand. Shoots, you know, the closest I can say is it shoots like my SIG. They tend to shoot low. You gotta hold it actually above your target where you're intending it for it to hit. So, just gotta get used to that, I suppose. I got used to the CZ where it's just freaking point of aim, point of impact. Haven't really decided if I'm going to do anything with the sights, because this just has the typical luminescent painted sights on it, not actual night sights, which typically my carry guns have night sights. Like I'm running the TFX Pro on my CZ P01, my green P01. And that is a fantastic gun. If you haven't shot one and you're thinking about buying one, just buy it. You won't be disappointed. A little disappointed with how this shot, but like I said, could have been me. Could have been a combination of me or the gun. But just doing a quick little video here while the closer's going on. Just to mess with midnight, you know. Spent this afternoon loading a few mags. Just a few though. AKs, ARs, Glock, Scorpion. Now I have to buy a whole bunch more ammo to replace the ammo in my ammo cans that I just put into my mags. So I loaded up pretty much most of my mags. Not all of them. Still got a few backup mags that aren't loaded. We'll see how the HK P30 work. Because supposedly some people have claimed that these will crack. We'll find out. Also, the my favorite new mag, Keep Firing Assholes. Picked this up at a local gun show. I've been trying to get a hold of freaking Never Enough Ammo because I do have another mag. And I was gonna send it to him, but he's being hard to get a hold of. I just don't want him knowing what it is till he actually opens it. Because I want to see his reaction on air. I know there's a few people out there that have his mailing address. So, I'll track it down and I'll ship it out to him. But, overall, I'm pretty happy. I actually bought it and it came with this Kydex holster, which is the carbon fiber. You can actually, when wearing it, feel this texture it has to it. I would have much preferred a smooth, but it is what it is for now. And yeah, it's only got the mounting for vertical, which I typically carry canted. So that's one of the other things, maybe why it's rubbing my side up with this as much as it is. So I definitely gotta get a different holster for this. So a few I've been looking at. There's a few local guys that make them custom that are really good. I actually was just watching another channel, 1776 or Bust, and he was talking about Mid-Atlantic holsters. And right now they've got their Kydex holsters on sale for like $30. And they have one of these. So I may order it tonight. Do a little review on them. See if they're worth the $30. Because typically, I think he was saying they're basically no frills. Not cheap holster, not cheaply made, but an affordable, basic holster. So I'll see about that. This thing's kind of actually a pain to take apart. Because, like I said in my last video, the guy couldn't have fired more than a couple hundred rounds through it. And he was anal enough that he cleaned the shit out of it. When I took it apart, all I had to do was lube it. There was almost nothing in there. Gunpowder wise, unburnt powder, blah 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 wise. But with the way these come apart, you gotta get this ambi lever pushed out from here and pop off this. And it's kind of a pain in the ass. It's actually real tight. So he couldn't have taken it apart more than once or twice. So it's basically a new gun. Very little barrel wear. For being a cheap holster I don't particularly like, fits in there real well. Doesn't want to come out. Almost dropped it. I just wish they had the extended mag releases for this thing. But oh well. That might be a good thing, might be a bad thing. Because I was told by one of my viewers that some of these holsters will actually pinch that and pop the mag on you because of the mag release location. So, I It's close on this holster, real close. But it doesn't seem to bother it. So I'll keep using this holster until I pick up a new one. This one's definitely cheaper. Very thin Kydex. Very thin. I don't know where he got this from. This looks like it's more or less, you know, somebody made this in their shop while he was waiting, kind of deal. Or he may have even made it himself, I don't know. It's not that hard to do Kydex. You just need a little oven. So what else? Well, I picked up another Magpul grip today for one of my AKs. Because when I got my DDI, I ended up swapping the one I had on my NPAP over to my DDI. So I picked up another one to put back onto my NPAP. Which I really do like the Magpul grips. It just locks in so nice. Yes, this is my NPAP. If you haven't tried one of these muzzle brakes from Primary Weapon Systems, it's a fantastic brake. Works great. If you like fireballs, even better. I actually just got done cleaning this and re-lubing it. It actually has the Tabco G2 trigger in it, which is actually a pretty crisp trigger for being a cheaper AK trigger. Because what I found was everybody bitches about the cheek slap with the Yugos because they have a longer than and higher comb on the stock than most AKs. And if you think about it, the typical slant brake that comes on an AK is, you know, hold it this way. So, typical slant brake pushes the muzzle that way. What's the rear end doing? Slapping you. Get rid of the slant brakes. They're junk. They're meant for full auto. They're not meant for semi-auto. In full auto, they work fine. In a semi-auto platform, it's going to smack you with the freaking butt of the rifle. So far, I've had really good luck. I've got a couple thousand rounds through this. Haven't had any of the soft receiver issues that supposedly the NPAPs have. I'm sure some did have it. But then again, Arsenal has had issues with their AKs themselves. And Arsenal is definitely an upper tier, more premium AK. But I haven't had any issues with mags locking in on this. It literally will take every mag I got. I actually enjoy having the longer front handguard. Gives you more, lets you get your hand out a little further to support the front end. I may end up putting the anti-walk pins, because I do notice the trigger pins are just a teeny bit loose, and every once in a while this pin right here will walk. I don't know how well it'll show. It'll be just a little bit exposed like that, and you get some, I don't know how well you hear that, but if I push it in where it's flush, perfect. So I may just get a set of pins and pull these pins and replace them with something that I know won't move out, or get one of the retaining clips and put that down inside here. Yeah. Guess I went a little crazy with the oil. Got a little bit of oil on that leaking out. though I typically run my guns a little on the wet side to begin with. So that's about all I had for today. Like I said, I was just going to do a quick video on the P30. And yes, it is loaded with one in the chamber. That's why I'm putting it back in its holster. But before I do that, ooh, ooga booga booga. Pointing it at the camera. Just to mess with people. I'll see y'all later.